Picture this, a ship drifting in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The sails are up, the food is still on the table, and the captain's log is open. Everything is perfect, except for one thing. Every single person on board has vanished into thin air. No struggle, no blood, just silence.
Or imagine a hiker finding a body on a beach in Australia. Every label has been cut out of his clothes, and a secret scrap of paper in a hidden pocket says Tamam Shud. It's finished.
Why do some secrets stay buried for centuries? Today, we are going to explore the shadows. We are diving into 8 great mysteries that the world's best detectives could never resolve. Stay with us because the truth is often stranger than fiction. Welcome back to Radio English. I'm Josh. I'm sitting here with a very strong, very dark coffee today. I felt like I needed something bold because today's topic is, frankly, mind-bending.
I agree, Josh. I'm Carla, and I've been looking forward to this all week. There is something about an unsolved mystery that grips the human mind, isn't there? It's like an itch you can't scratch.
Exactly. For our B2 learners, today is going to be a fantastic workout for your listening skills. We'll be using narrative tenses, speculating about the past, and using a lot of descriptive vocabulary. B2 is that upper intermediate level where you start to express complex ideas. And what is more complex than a mystery with no answer?
We aren't just here to teach you grammar. We're here to tell stories that make you forget you were studying. We're going to cover everything from ghost ships to coded messages and lost civilizations.
So find a quiet spot, maybe dim the lights a little. Let's get into the first 4 mysteries on our list.
Let's start in the year 1872. The Atlantic Ocean is cold, vast, and unforgiving. A ship called the Dyatlov spots another vessel, the Mary Celeste, moving strangely.
I love this story. It's the ultimate maritime mystery. When the crew of the Dyatlov climbed on board the Mary Celeste, what did they find?
That's the thing, Josh. They found nothing. The ship was in good condition. There was plenty of food and water for 6 months. The crew's personal belongings were still in their cabins. Even the cargo, over 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol, was mostly untouched.
But the people were gone. Captain Briggs, his wife, his young daughter, and the crew of 7 all vanished.
There was no sign of a storm. There was no sign of a pirate attack. Pirates usually take the cargo, right? But the alcohol was still there. One lifeboat was missing, but why would a captain abandon a perfectly safe ship in the middle of the ocean?
Let me ask you something, Carla. Do you think it could have been something psychological, a collective panic?
Some people think the barrels of alcohol were leaking. Maybe they feared an explosion. They might have jumped into the lifeboat to wait and see, but the rope snapped and the ocean carried them away.
It's a terrifying thought, standing in a small boat, watching your only home drift away into the fog. No one ever saw them again. No bodies, no debris, just an empty ship sailing herself.
It makes you realize how small we are compared to the sea. Even today, with satellites and GPS, the ocean keeps its secrets.
Let's move from the ocean to a beach in Adelaide, Australia. It's December 1st, 1948. A man is found leaning against a seawall. He looks like he's sleeping.
But he wasn't sleeping, he was dead. And this is where it gets weird. He was in top physical shape, well-dressed in a suit and tie, but every single tag had been meticulously removed from his clothing.
No wallet, no ID, no name. It's as if he wanted to be a ghost.
Most people don't know this, but the police found a tiny piece of paper hidden in a secret pocket in his trousers. It was torn from a very rare book of Persian poetry. It said, Tamam Shud. It is finished.
Which means it is ended or the finished. That is so cinematic. It sounds like a spy movie.
It really does. Later, they found the exact book the paper was torn from in the back of an unlocked car nearby. In the back of the book, there was a faint indentation, a code, 5 lines of capital letters that have never been cracked.
A code, even with modern computers?
Even today, some experts think he was a Cold War spy. Others think it was a tragic love story. There was a phone number in the book, too, belonging to a local nurse. When they showed her a plaster cast of the man's face, she reportedly almost fainted, but she denied knowing him.
She took that secret to her grave. Who was he? Why was he there? And what did that code mean? We might never know, though recent DNA testing suggests he might have been an electrical engineer named Carl Webb. But even then, the circumstances of his death remain a total enigma.
Okay, let's go back even further. This one's less spy thriller and more horror movie. It's July 15th, 18, in the city of Strasbourg, Europe.
Ah, the dancing plague. This is a classic strange but true event.
It started with one woman, Frau Trophea. She stepped into the street and started to dance, and she didn't stop. She danced for 6 days.
6 days without sleeping?
Without stopping at all. Within a week, 34 others joined her. Within a month, there were 400 people dancing in the streets. They weren't smiling, Josh. They were screaming in pain, begging for help, but their bodies wouldn't stop moving.
Think about your body. Imagine losing control of your own legs. You are exhausted, your feet are bleeding, but you must keep dancing.
People actually died from heart attacks and strokes. The doctors at the time thought it was hot blood and told them to keep dancing to cure it. They even built a wooden stage for them.
What was the cause? Was it a cult?
Some modern theories suggest ergotism, a type of mold on bread that acts like LSD. Others think it was a mass psychogenic illness caused by extreme stress and famine. It was a dark time, and the human mind is a fragile thing.
Our final mystery for this part is a book, but not just any book. It's been called the world's most mysterious manuscript.
I've seen pictures of this. The illustrations are beautiful, but very strange. Plants that don't exist on Earth, astrological diagrams, and women bathing in strange green pools.
It's written in an unknown language or a very complex code. For hundreds of years, the world's best code breakers, even the ones who cracked Enigma in World War II, have tried to read it.
And the result is 0. Not a single word has been translated. Some people think it's a medical bug from another planet. Others think it's an elaborate 15th century hoax.
But if it's a hoax, why spend so much time on it? The ink and parchment are expensive. Every page is filled with detailed, consistent writing.
It's a book that refuses to be read. It's like a locked door with no key.
We've covered ghost ships, secret codes, dancing deaths, and unreadable books, but we're only halfway there.
When we come back, we're going to talk about a mountain pass in Russia where hikers died in a way that science still can't explain.
And we'll look at a signal from deep space that lasted 72 seconds and never returned.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with part 2 of the 8 Great Mysteries.
Welcome back. We are diving straight back into the cold. We are going to the Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union, 1959. 9 experienced hikers go into the wilderness. They never come out.
This story is truly haunting, Josh. When the search party finally found their tent, it was sliced open from the inside.
That's the detail that always gives me chills. They weren't trying to keep something out. They were desperate to get out.
Exactly. The hikers fled into the freezing night, many of them without shoes or coats, in temperatures as low as -30 degrees Celsius. Some bodies were found near a cedar tree, others were found hundreds of meters away.
But the injuries were the real mystery. Some had broken ribs and fractured skulls with no external bruises. It was as if they had been hit by a car, but there were no tracks in the snow except their own. And one of the hikers was missing her tongue.
Most people don't know this, but some of their clothing was found to be highly radioactive.
Radiation in the middle of a mountain range? It sounds like a government cover-up or an alien encounter.
For years, people blamed Yeti attacks or secret military weapons. However, a recent study in 2021 suggests a very specific type of slab avalanche might be the cause.
But many people, including the families of the victims, don't buy it. Why would they leave the tent in such a panic? Why the radioactivity? It remains a dark stain on the history of exploration, a night of pure terror that we can only guess at.
Let's look up now, way up, to the stars. It's August 15th, 1977. An astronomer named Jerry Emmon is working at the Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio.
He was scanning the skies for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence, right?
Yes, and suddenly, the computer records a signal. It's a strong, narrow-band radio signal coming from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It lasted for exactly 72 seconds.
And why is it called the wow signal?
Because when Jerry saw the printout of the data, he was so shocked, he circled the letters and numbers and wrote "wow" in red ink in the margin.
It had all the hallmarks of a signal from a distant civilization. It wasn't natural. It wasn't background noise.
But here's the kicker. They tried to find it again and again. For decades, astronomers have pointed their telescopes at that exact same spot in the sky. Silent.
Was it a one-time message, a cosmic hello that we missed? Some suggest it was a passing comet, but the data doesn't quite fit. For 72 seconds, the universe talked to us, and we still don't know what it said.
Let's head back to Earth to the year 1587. A group of 115 English settlers arrives on Roanoke Island off the coast of what is now North Carolina.
This was the first attempt at a permanent English settlement in the New World. But things went wrong almost immediately. Their leader, John White, had to sail back to England for more supplies.
But he got delayed by a war with Spain. He couldn't return for 3 years. When he finally stepped back onto the beach at Roanoke, what did he see?
Nothing. The entire colony was gone. No houses, no people, no signs of a struggle. Just one word carved into a wooden post: Croatoan.
No SOS, no help. Just the name of a nearby island and a local tribe. White wanted to investigate the Croatoan island, but a massive storm forced him to sail back to England. He never saw his family again. Did the settlers move in with the local tribes? Were they attacked?
Even today, archaeologists find English artifacts in the soil, but no definitive proof of where 115 people disappeared to. They became a lost colony swallowed by the woods.
Our final mystery is a treasure map, but not the kind you see in Indiana Jones. This is the Copper Scroll found among the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1952.
Unlike the other scrolls, which are made of leather or papyrus, this one is pure copper.
It's an inventory. It lists 64 different locations where massive amounts of gold and silver are buried. We are talking about billions of dollars in today's money.
So why haven't we found it?
Because the directions are impossible to follow. They say things like, in the big cistern, which is in the court of the peristyle, in a hole at its bottom, hidden in the sediment, are 65 bars of gold.
The big cistern. There are thousands of ancient cisterns in that region.
Exactly. It's like a riddle written for someone who lived 2,000 years ago. Many believe the treasure was found from the Second Temple of Jerusalem, hidden to protect it from the Romans.
Is it still there, or did someone find it centuries ago and keep quiet? It's the world's most expensive unsolved puzzle.
Josh, we've covered so much today. The ocean, the mountains, the stars, and the ancient past.
I think the takeaway for our B2 listeners is that unresolved doesn't mean meaningless. These mysteries push science forward. They force us to ask better questions.
They also remind us of the power of language and codes. Whether it's the Voynich manuscript or the Somerton Man, humans have always wanted to leave a message.
Language is the key to our history, and by learning English, you're gaining the tools to understand more of these global stories.
Let's do a quick recap of some B2 vocabulary we used. Maritime, related to the sea. Enigma, a person or thing that is mysterious. Meticulously, very carefully and precisely. And vanished into thin air, to disappear suddenly and completely.
We want to hear from you. Which of these 8 mysteries is the most fascinating to you? Do you think the hikers at Dyatlov Pass saw something they weren't supposed to?
Or do you have an unsolved mystery from your own country? Tell us in the comments. We want to start a discussion.
Remember to subscribe to Radio English and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode.
Check out the description for our vocabulary spotlight list and some links to read more about these cases.
Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey. Keep practicing, keep questioning, and keep listening.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.